Good afternoon. I'm Doris Wise Montrose, and I thank you all for coming to our debate about the next president and the Jewish people. The impetus to sponsor this debate came from our awareness that the topic of Israel was not discussed in any meaningful way, if at all, in any of the presidential debates so far. Considering the amount of time, effort, and money that is being spent on the Arab-Israeli conflict by the United States government, and the number of trips made to that region by Condoleezza Rice, one would think that Israel would be a major issue for any candidate who desires to be the next president. Modern Israel has been our consistent natural ally since her rebirth in 1948. We share values and commitments. America benefits from a safe and secure Israel. We understand that one does not have to be Jewish or a child of Holocaust survivors to know that Israel truly represents the canary in the coal mine. For these reasons and more, for all of us here today, a strong and secure Israel is in line with a strong and secure America. As Jews, history has taught us that we can only live with integrity anywhere in the world because of the existence of the State of Israel. All other issues pale in comparison. Today, we will gain more insight into which candidate is committed to these goals. Our moderator, Stephen Goldberg, is Stephen Goldberg. Steve is an attorney who is... It just so happens. Steve is an attorney who is Vice President of Children of Jewish Holocaust Survivors, Los Angeles, and National Vice President of the Zionist Organization of America. Steve will introduce our debaters and will give us today's rules of engagements. Thank you.
I'll not repeat my name since it's been mentioned a few times already. First of all, if you could all shut your cell phones off. First, we are privileged today to have a rising star in the Democratic Party and a rising star in the Republican Party. I'm sure these men sitting with me are going to be people we're going to be hearing about in the coming years. Andrew Lackman, and Andrew, raise your hand, is president of Democrats for Israel Los Angeles. It's a Democratic club that advocates for the pro-Israel community within the Democratic Party. Andrew also organized the LA chapter of the National Jewish Democratic Council and was co-chair of Los Angeles Jews for Kerry and deputy constituencies director for Pennsylvania Kerry Edwards in 2004. Andrew is West LA lead organizer, was for the 2006 California Democratic Coordinated Campaign for Steve Wesley, and deputy director of the Maryland Democratic Coordinated Campaign in 1994. He's an alumnus of the Anti-Defamation League Salvin Leadership Program of Los Angeles Jewish Federation's New Leaders Program. Andrew is a lawyer with a technology consulting company in Woodland Hills. Larry Greenfield, and Larry, raise your hand here, is a California director of the Republican Jewish Coalition, and he oversees 10 growing chapters in California. Larry graduated Georgetown University Law School in Washington, D.C., where he worked on an arrest warrant for Yasser Arafat, which helped deter his appearance before the UN. Larry was in the Armed Forces of the United States and Naval Intelligence, and he frequently lectures on foreign policy. He's traveled to approximately 75 countries, including 9 war zones, and has worked to assist distressed Jewish communities in Ethiopia and Yemen. Larry is statewide co-chair, was statewide co-chair of Governor Schwarzenegger's successful re-election campaign, and was an advisor to the governor's legal office during the clemency appeal of Stanley Tukey Williams. Here are the rules. And I'm hoping to make this candid, lively, interested, and get as many questions in as we can. I'm going to have each one will give an opening statement. And the question that I'd like them to address, and they should be approximately 5 minutes each, is why should Jewish Americans be supportive of your party in this coming election? Each of you should have had index cards with pencils so you could write questions. They should have been on your chairs. If any of you have not done so, Doris has some in the back and there are some up there, and there will be people collecting them. I will be gathering these questions. I'll be sifting through them to make sure that each side gets the appropriate number of questions and that all necessary topics are covered. The person to whom the question is directed will have an opportunity to answer it. The other person will get to comment, and then the first person will get approximately 30 seconds to a minute to do a quick rebuttal if he wants. While that's being done, I guess first then at the end there'll be closing statements, and again I'll try to cover as many questions as I can. Let's start, I guess, with the opening statements, and I'm going to start with Larry Greenfield.
Well, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Steve and Andrew. And thank you very much, Doris, for organizing this conversation. Today is Veterans Day, and I thought I'd begin by paying tribute to those who have served. I see a few who might have been part of the greatest generation. Thank you for all who've served at home and abroad in our wars. 16 million Americans served in World War II. 600,000 of them were American Jewish heroes. By the way, the American Jews who served in World War II were given an option not to have the Hebrew, the letter H, on their dog tags lest they be caught behind enemy lines and sent to a concentration camp. Most decided to keep the H on their dog tags. We also pay tribute today to those on active duty, serving in dozens of countries around the world in the global war on terror, especially those in Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan, Operation Iraqi Freedom in Iraq. I think it's nice to recognize, as friends of the IDF, our brothers and sisters in Israel also doing battle on a front line in the war on terror, and those who are caught behind enemy lines, Ron Arad, Goldwasser, Regev, and Shalit. Our political liberties and this political conversation are the result of men and women of resolve who liberate and serve, defend, and protect. Many are heroes. On my mind today is Lieutenant Michael Murphy, just recently and posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. He was a Navy SEAL. Politics used to end at the water's edge. Today it remains critical that Jewish citizens across party lines work together on such projects as divestment from Sudan and Iran, energy independence and diversification to wean ourselves off foreign oil, and strong support of the Jewish state of Israel under attack from both jihad abroad and, I would say, left-wing academics and activists in Europe and America. Patriotism should not wear a party label, and reasonable disagreement about the issues is consistent with Jewish notions of honest and honorable debate. Unfortunately, and my thesis is that the long tradition of bipartisanship in foreign policy in the United States has now collapsed in the face of the hijacking of the Democratic Party by the anti-war left